Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm going to talk about Google Docs. My name is Talha and this channel is all about showing you how to become a highly paid IT pro really fast. Let's get started. To create Google document, first thing is to navigate to your Google Drive and you could go to drive.google.com. In the drive, right click in any blank area and you will get Google Docs there. From the option, you can create a blank document or you can choose from a template. So I'll create blank document. You can also do so by clicking on the new button here and then selecting the Google Docs. Or you can use the shortcut to open Docs, open a new tab and just type in docs.new and hit enter and it would open up a new Google Doc. If you want to change the title, just click on the untitled document that you see, the name of the document. After double clicking, you just rename it to whatever you want. So for example, if I want to rename my untitled document to test, I could do so. I would hit enter and it would be saved to my drive. Here you can see that we have two extra icons. One is the star icon, which means that you can find file easily in Google Drive and continue to work on it. Then you have the folder icon. In the folder icon, it basically asks you to select your doc's location in Drive where you want to save it. So here you can save like by clicking here and just click on move and basically it would be saved. You can see that it says this item will be visible to everyone, right, who has access to Drive in that specific location. Let's talk about ruler. To add or remove ruler from interface, go to view, select show ruler, and there you can see that the ruler, it is visible, right? You can move it to whatever length you want and it will start to write from there. And you can also uncheck it and then you can see it's gone. Now let's talk about headings. To show headings, on the right corner, select show document outline in view and here you would be able to see headings. So here you see that it says headings you add to the document will appear here. So now for example, if I type in here a heading and if I write here skills build training, so here you can see that this is a heading and it appears here on the left side. So the thing is that if you have 10 headings, there are going to be 10 headings show up here and you can go into the each section by clicking on the heading. So now let's talk about adding equations toolbar. If you have equations to add in the documents, then enable equations toolbar. For this, go to view and then select show equation toolbar. And here you can see that we have an equation bar. From here you can type in a new equation. From here you can select different mathematical syntaxes, operators, arrows, and then from here you can select like Greek letters. Alright, so it depends on you. Whatever equation you want to write, you can write from here easily. So now let's talk about different modes of working. Mode option is available in view bar. So for that, go to view and click on mode. Here you can see that we have three modes: editing, suggestion or suggesting, and viewing. Editing mode allows you to edit document anytime. Suggestion mode, you can add suggestions when shared documents with people. So in the suggestion mode, when you share your documents with people, people can add different kind of suggestions on your document and you can allow them either to agree with a suggestion or not. Then we have the viewing mode. It will show you what your document will look like after printing it. You cannot make any sort of editing when you are in the viewing mode. Now let's talk about fonts. You can add more fonts in your list by clicking on more fonts. Down here you can see that we have lots and lots of fonts available. But let's say if you want more fonts from Google, just click on more fonts. And here, these are all the fonts available on Google. and you can pick up any of the font that you want. For example, I really like Lato. I can click on it, and if I hit OK, here you can see that now Lato has also been added into my library, and it wasn't there previously. So now if I start writing it, you can see that um, Lato is a really cool um, text, and I really like it. So now let's talk about changing the color. You can change the font color. For that, for example, you can change the font color by selecting the text, okay, of which you want to change the color, and then click on the icon A, and from here select any of the color that you like. So for example, if I click on red, here you can see that the font color has been changed. If you want to change the background color of the entire text, you could do so. So for that, select the font that you want to change the background color of, click on the highlight color or the ink icon, and once you click on it, select any of the color that you want to add in the background. So for example, if I select this, here you can see that in the background now the color has been changed and the text is kind of highlighted. So now let's talk about making headings. The thing is that you can set headings according to the document requirements. So if I go here, click on it, I can change it from normal text to heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and let's say if I select heading 1 and if I type in here heading, so here you can see that now I have basically switched the heading from normal to heading 1. So now let's talk about the table of contents. It's one of the most important concepts in any of the document editor, okay? So you can add table of content in Google Docs. For this, go to Insert, and then you'll see the last option here which says table of content. Here in the table of content we have two categories. First is having text with page numbers. The second is for non-print or digital documents. It automatically generates link, and when you click on table of content, it will jump to that specific page. So now let's talk about insert category. So if we click on insert, we have multiple options in insert. Let's start from the very first. First is images. So basically you can upload the image from your computer. You can even search the web to find a specific image and then add it into your Google Docs. You can also add the images from your Google Drive. You can add it from your Google Photos. You can even put in the URL of the photo, and you can also click on the camera and get the picture in the right time. So what we are going to do is that we are going to search from the web. So go on to search the web, and here you can see that I have a bar where I can search things. So I have Canada here. I have searched Canada before, so that's why it's showing me that I could add this image, or I could add cat image. So for example, if I write here cat, and here you can see that I have different cat results from the web. So it's really handy and it's really easy to find. You don't have to Google separately. You just Google the images right inside your Google Docs, and it gives you the image results, and then you pick up your favorite image and then click on insert. So when you click on insert, you can see that now this image has been inserted into the Google Docs. So you can see here we have the cat. So if I want to resize this image, I could do so. All I have to do is that I have to grab it, go to image options, okay, and then click on size and rotation. There are two ways. You can either grab it and shorten it, or you can go to image options basically, and from here you can change the width if you want to, and if you want to change the height, you could also do so. You can change the width scale, height scale. You can even uncheck the lock aspect ratio, and if you want to rotate the picture, you could do it from here. If you have any text wrapping, you could do so. The text wrapping in line with text, wrap text, and break text. But we do not have any text right now on our picture, around our picture, so we really do not need this option. Okay, so basically now you know how to add a picture into your Google Docs. I can also change the width from here, from this corner. If I grab it, I can basically make it smaller, I could make it bigger, I could make it wider, okay, and I can change the height as well. So now let's talk about tables. The next insertion category is to insert a table. How many rows you want to insert and how many columns you would like to add. So for that, go to table, and let's say if I want a table of 3 by 3, or if I want a table of 4 by 4, then I could select this option, and here you can see that I have a table of 4 by 4. I can add headings to this table, and then I can add data gradually to the table as well. The next thing is drawing. So if you really want to insert a drawing on your document, this is really interesting. This is great for overviews and students who are working on multiple projects. We have two options here, either to create a new drawing or select it from your saved drawings in the drive. Okay, so we'll click on new, and here we can draw anything that we want. So for example, if I select my mouse here, I can, let's say I select this, and I can draw it from here like this. This is just some random drawing that I'm doing right now, okay? And I can select this. I can change it to the polyline, and now if I would draw like this here, okay, so here you can see that now when I double click, it draws it. Okay, so that's how you draw and use polyline. You can also add the text box here. You can start typing in here whatever you like. So for example, if I type in here skills build, and here you can see that I have added a text successfully. In a similar way, if I want to add any image, I can also add that into my drawing. And here you can see that we have actions tab. So if I click on it, it would also show you the version history, and it would also show you the downloads. You can download this drawing into the PDF format, into the JPEG, PNG. You can also download it in vector. You have the word art here, and then you have the copy paste options. Pretty simple. There are other options as well which you could use, which are pretty much self-explanatory. So now I just click on save and close, and this rough kind of drawing will be saved here, and you could see it on our document. So now let's talk about charts. Charts are used to visualize data in different formats. We have multiple options to make charts. So select it from the given options, or you can select it from your sheets, go to chart, and here you have like pie chart, line chart, column, and bar. So you can select data from sheets, which we want right now, but you can go to your sheets, and whatever data, whatever table you have, just select them and it would basically draw a graph for you. So from here, if I want to draw a bar graph, I will just click on it and it would draw a chart graph here for me. So here you can see that it has team 1, team 2, 3 and 4 on the y-axis, and then on the x-axis it has the points scored. Okay, so the light blue color or the light blue lines represent the scores the teams made in the period 1, and the dark blue lines, they represent the score made by teams in the period 2. Similarly, you can go to insert again and go to charts and select the line chart, let's say. So this line chart would be inserted right here in the similar way. And if I go back to insert, and let's say if I want to insert the pie chart, I could also do so. Okay, column chart will also be simple. So this is here team 1, team 2, team 3, and team 4. This is how you add different sort of charts. Now let's talk about headers and footers. You can add headers and footers in your document. So for that, go to insert and then go to like headers and footers, and let's say if I click on header, I can add any header in my entire document. So whatever I would type in here, for example, if I click on options, here you can see that I can change the header format. I can basically increase the inches from the top for header and footer. I can have a specific layout in which we have different first page and different odd and even pages, and then I can click on apply. So I can also type in here anything like skills build, something like this, and this would be the header of my Google Docs. So you can see that we have skills build header on this page, and similarly if I want to add a footer, for that I have to go to insert section, and then I would go to the footer, and here I can add anything to the page footer. So we can make it formal, okay, if we want, and I can apply those changes. And this is an even page footer, that's why it is showing it right here. So if I go to options, so on the footer you can see that we have added the page number. If I want to remove it, so I'll go to option and I can click on remove footer, and you can see that our footer has been removed successfully. So you can set headers and footers according to your choice in this way. So now let's talk about breaks. Page breaks are used to end a page without having to fill it with text. If you want to start a new chapter in a new page, just go to break options, and from here select the page break. Or you can also press Ctrl Enter, which is its shortcut. So here you can see that it has taken a page break from there, and basically you could see different kind of chapters here. So if I go again, click on page break, here you can see that I have specifically moved from here directly to the next page. So now let's talk about links. There is an option to create hyperlinks in the document. You can do this by highlighting a word or a syntax and then select on link. Go to insert, click on link, or you can also press Ctrl+K. And here you can see that we have different links. We can put a link from the website. So let's say that if I click on training, okay, it's a Wikipedia link. So when I click on it, you can see that the text has changed to blue, and when I basically hover over it, when I bring my cursor over it, it gives me a thumbnail that where it would take me. So if I click on it, basically I would go to the training web page of the Wikipedia. So that's how you can add link to anything that you want. You can add a link to another Google Docs. You can add a link to any of the web page as well. So now let's talk about alignment and indentation. To set an alignment and indentation, go to format, click on it, and under the format you would see align and indent. You can align your text to the left side, to the center, right, and you can also make it justified. You can increase the indentation and you can decrease the indentation as well. You also have some manual indentation options that you can choose, and from here you can manually insert your left and right indentation preferences. So now let's talk about paint format. To apply same paint format in different words or sentences, highlight the formatting you want to copy in other section and then find the paint format button. So click on it. So here you can see that the skills build color has been changed and now it is exactly the same as the training. So now let's talk about sharing your document. You have the share button on the top right corner. That means that you can share the document or invite someone to become an editor of your document as well. So here you see that we have share with people and groups. And from here, I can make anybody an editor, or I can make anybody for example, if I go here, I want to change the link. I can copy it, okay, but it would be copied, and when I would send it to somebody, they can only view it. But if I want to make someone an editor or a commenter, I could do so. For example, if I click on editor, and now if I click on copy link, and now if I want to send this link to anybody, like over email or WhatsApp or any other messaging format or messaging app, if I send this link and they would come on this page, they have to have a Gmail account or Google account. And when they would come on this page, they can basically edit this document with me. So that's how you basically add anyone with the link on your Google Docs. Now let's talk about email attachment. You can attach your document in an email like as a PDF form, or you can also attach it as a plain text. So for this, go to File and here look for Email. And here you can see that we have two options: email this file and email collaboration. If you have shared the file with 20 people and you want to send message to 2 out of 20 about some changes that has been made in the document, there is an option for email collaboration. So it gives you control over who you are messaging, right? And then you have email the file option. So if I click on it, it would basically tell me here that here's the subject is the document title, and then here we have the two where we can basically type in the email address, and here we can write in the message, whatever message we want to write. And if I don't want to attach or include the content in the email, I can click on this check bar, or if I want to include it, I can select the option from here whether I want to send this document as PDF, as rich text, as an open document, as Microsoft Word, as an HTML, or as a plain text. So I have different options to choose from. So mostly people send it in the PDF format, so we'll keep it as PDF. And then I can put in the email message and then click on send, and this document will be emailed to your contact, whatever contact you have given here. So let's talk about download file. Similarly, you can download the document in different formats. For this, go to File and navigate to Download options. From here, you can download this file into Microsoft Word, Open document format, and PDF document format, and there are multiple options for you to choose from. And when you click on, for example, Microsoft Word, this entire document will be downloaded in the format of Word. And here you can see that test document has been downloaded successfully. So let's talk about version history. It is useful for students re-editing their work, and it is better to set the document as version and keep check of all previous versions of same document. Version history option is available if we go into the file menu, and from here we can name the current version, and also we could see the version history. So for example, if you're student 1 and you've made some changes, so the version of the document would be updated, and when the student 2 make any change, the version again gets updated, and this process goes on, so on and so forth. So now let's talk about page setup. Page setup allows you to make suitable setting in the document. Like you can set margins, page color, its orientation, either to set the document as a portrait or landscape. So for that, go to File and then select Page Setup. And then from here you have different options. You can choose it as portrait, landscape, or you can apply it to the whole document. You can change the paper size to A4 from letter if you want. You can change the color. You can set the margins from right, left, bottom, and top. You can increase or decrease the margins from left, right, bottom, and top. Now let's talk about tools category. We have various useful tools in Google Docs. So let's explore them. First of all, let's talk about spelling and grammar. This is a standard spelling and grammar check. When you run this in document, it gives you suggestions on what to change in your document. So here you can see that it would give me suggestion if I would have text, and if I click on the spelling and grammar check, so you can see that if I click on it, it gives me a suggestion that I need to change it. Okay, the thing is that it is the name, so we would keep it the same, so we'll just simply ignore it. So we can also ignore different formal paraphrases which are not really the spelling errors. Okay, you can even create your personal dictionary if you want. So now let's talk about word count. So if you click on word count, it would basically count all the words present in your document. So here you can see that we have only 7 words here. Okay, so if this is a document or article, it would count the words and it would show you here. The words could be like 500, 1000, or whatever number of words you have. Here you can also check this option, display word count while typing, and hit OK. And here you can see that we have 7 words. And if I start typing here something like, anything, here you can see that it is changing the words. All right. So it automatically detects as you write each word, and it displays you the number of words here in the real time. So now let's talk about compare document. Compare document is a new feature on Google Docs. It allows you to compare your document with another document already present on Google Drive. Google will scan both documents and give you complete overview about where the changes are and who exactly made those changes. So for that, follow the steps to compare documents. Go to Tool, and under the tools you will see compare documents. If you click on it, from here you can choose any document from your drive and you can compare it. So I'll just basically skip this step. It's pretty simple. You could do it on your own. Now let's talk about Explore. Explore button can be found in the bottom right corner of the document and within the tools categories. So go to Tools, and when you go to Tools, here you would see Explore. Click on it, and here you can explore anything. It's similar to the image search. Like for example, this is a text search on Google. So if I search here Canada, here you can see that I have different result. Okay, so if I search weather forecast, I can also get it. Okay, weather forecast New York or Toronto, like this, and if I hit enter, and here you can see that it gives me the weather forecast for Toronto, Canada. There is an other additional thing that you could do if you want to cite this link or any article, just click on these two double commas, and here you would see a small icon which is reference 1, and it would add the link in the bottom right here. And you can access this link anytime you want below here in your own document. Now let's talk about the last but not the least, preferences. So if you go to your tools, here you would see an option, preferences. So if you click on it, the thing is that preferences is really good option for automatic replacement of one type of word with another. For example, when you'd open the preference dialog box, write a small word in it. Like for example, I write here FR, and here I write here F for example. So the thing is that whenever I would type in FR in my Google Docs, it would quickly replace it with for example. So if I hit OK, and if I write here FR, and if I hit enter, you can see that now it has quickly replaced FR with for example. So you can set the short keywords in preferences that are going to be used multiple times in your document. And hence you can increase your typing speed and you can increase the efficiency of your work. Okay, that's it from this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel, Skills Build Training, in order to get the latest videos to help you advance your IT career.